Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the channel. This is Game Watch Live with Sunday afternoon football. Hope you're all well. Hope you've enjoyed your day so far, even though certainly where I am, it's been pretty miserable. But we make the best of it as we can. Looking forward to a good game here. I haven't seen a lot of Aston Villa, but they're a top-class side. There's no doubt about that, and they are one of the challengers, one of our only three challengers that we've realistically got to say in the Premier League now. And with the results going their way yesterday, with Arsenal dropping points at Forest, they've got a chance to pull two more back. So there's still a lot to play for Aston Villa. I'm looking forward to seeing this. As far as Everton are concerned, been pretty inconsistent just lately, but when they get it together, they are a good side. So if both teams turn it on today, we could be on for a good game. So let's take a look at the two teams as they've been announced. So Unai Emery's Aston Villa first. He's gone for a 4-2-3-1 formation. Just bear with me a sec. Gone for a 4-2-3-1 formation as Unai Emery. So Martinez will start in goal. He has a back four of Cash, Konsa, Torres, and Matson. So just wondering whether my stream has actually started. There we go. And Matson at left back. So that's your back four. Tielemans and Bogard will play in midfield. McGinn, Rodgers and Buendia, who start in the game today, will look to get forward in support of Ollie Watkins. David Moyes has gone for exactly the same formation, another 4-2-3-1. So he has Pickford in goal, a back four of Patterson, Tarkowski, O'Brien and Mikalenko. Roll and Garner will play the holding midfield. McNeil, Armstrong and Grealish on the left-hand side in support of Barry up front. So those are the two teams. If we just take a look at the recent form of these two teams, we can just take a look at what we're expecting today. Man City losing yesterday was a big result for Aston Villa. They're on the same points as Man City, but obviously that game in hand now. Still 7 points behind Arsenal. So, I mean, the title is Arsenal's to lose, but Aston Villa can pull it back a couple to within 7 for them. Within 5 for them, sorry. So, still all to play for. Still a long way to go as yet. And I think, is it next week Arsenal go to Manchester United or something? I can't remember the fixtures now, but they've got a difficult game. I know that for certain next week. So Aston Villa in third, Man City in second, both on 43 points. Aston Villa lost one and drawn one of the last 6 games. So, and that loss was to, I think it was the loss to Arsenal? I think it was. If we're going down to Everton, then they're in 12th position on 29 points. So they're not looking too far over the shoulders. They're not going to get dragged into a relegation battle. But having lost 3 of the last 6 games, drawn 2 and won only 1, they'll be looking for a few more points. We take a look up ahead, bearing in mind that Everton are on 29 points. Manchester United are only 6 points ahead of them, and they're in the final European spot. So Everton, I guess, if they've got any ambitions, still looking ahead and thinking they could still get into one of those European spots, but they've got to start picking up some more points. Thanks to everyone who's joined us so far today. Appreciate your support. If you're not a subscriber, then please do become a subscriber. We've been doing well for subscribers just recently. We're pushing up towards the 250 mark and further beyond, but we can't do it without you. We do appreciate it if you do become a subscriber. Helps us with the YouTube algorithm, that dreaded YouTube algorithm. And if you're enjoying what you're seeing on the watch along, then hit the like button as well. The live chat is open if you want to join us on the live chat. Anything that you'd like to say regarding this game, Anything that you've noted about the two teams so far, or if you just want to put a score forecast in, let me know what you think. I'd be interested to read it. The live chat is open for you now. I would think that Aston Villa are going to start this game probably slight favourites, with them being at home, and Everton are not in the best of form at the moment. And my forecast is that I'm going to go for a prediction of 3-0 to Aston Villa. I think that they're going to win this pretty comfortably. They're a good side. Ollie Watkins is on good form at the moment, and whether you like McGinn or not, he is a good player. He's a bit of a Marmite sort of player. You either like him or you hate him, but he is good. That's no doubt about that whatsoever. Buendia adds all the skill in at number 10. Grealish back in the Everton side. Can he add a bit more skill on the outside, get the crosses in for the likes of Barry to be able to attack? They need goals at Everton. They're not scoring enough of them, and that's the problem where Aston Villa have been scoring for fun at the moment. So let us know what you think. Be interesting to see what everybody's got to say in the chat. We're only 6 or 7 minutes from kick-off. Once the game gets underway, we'll concentrate on the game. I'll try and keep an eye on the chat. If anything relevant comes in, we'll take a look at it at half time as well and chat about anything that you've noticed. But during the game, we will keep an eye on it. One game already completed today. That was the game between Wolves and Newcastle. And if you watched it as I did, wasn't the greatest of games. Finished 0-0. You would have expected a bit better from Newcastle. They didn't really create anything. Had a couple of half chances which they fluffed, and Wolves picking up points since Christmas. They've turned their form around, but I think the problem is for Wolves is that single points are not enough. They need threes, and they're not getting them at the moment. I think Wolves are already looking to offload a few of their high-profile players, get some of the higher-paid players off the books for their season in the Championship next year. They are going down. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And I think the Wolves hierarchy and the manager knows that. Players are not out yet. They're 5 minutes away from kick-off, so it won't be long before they're actually in the tunnel. There's a bit of a fireworks show going on at Aston Villa. The game at Wolves, it was absolutely pouring down from start to finish. And of course, Wolverhampton's not far from Aston Villa, so I would expect the same. The pitch is going to be slick if it's wet. Good for passing. Good for mistakes as well. I expect to see a few goals in this. As a neutral, I'm expecting a few goals. I want to see a few goals. Nobody yet daring to put a score prediction in. If you just want to have a laugh at my 3-0 prediction, let me know. Getting close to kick-off now. Everton's goal difference -2. That tells you a lot, doesn't it? For a team in 12th position, they've got a goal difference of -2, where Aston Villa is +9, which is a long way behind the +24 of Man City and the +26 of Arsenal. But they've hung in there and got the results, and they're 7 points in front of Liverpool in 4th, so they've got a bit of buffer there. You would expect that it's likely that they are going to qualify for Champions League next year, as both teams are in the tunnel now. Of course, Grealish coming back to the club that it all started for him. Wasn't a huge success at Man City, so now he's trying his luck on loan at Everton, but he'll have to go back to Man City at the end of the season. They'll be looking for a transfer, I would imagine. I think the feeling was for Grealish that if he got into the Everton side and started putting some performances, with it being a World Cup year, he would get himself into the World Cup squad, but it hasn't worked out that way for him. And I think probably his chance has gone now. And Aston Villa have been unbeaten in the last 13 Premier League games against Everton, having won last 4. Team's just coming out now, hand in hand with the mascots. Must be a thrilling time for the mascots to come out into a Premier League ground in front of a massive crowd at Villa Park. I'll just quickly go through the teams again before the game gets underway. If you went with us at the start, Martinez in goal for Aston Villa, and Cash, Conser, Armstrong, Grealish, and Barry. Both teams just going through the usuals before start. Everton playing in a very pale yellow. Aston Villa in the normal home kit, but Everton playing in a pale yellow with black shorts and black socks. Going to kicking from right to left in this first half. And away we go. All the way back to Pickford, and then left footed he launches it long and high into the air. One on the edge of the box. Oh, it's almost gone in there. Oh, and it's hit the post. Roll it was, who had a snapshot as the ball bounced into the area. It wasn't the greatest of shots, but it rolled past Martinez's right hand, hit the post, and came straight out and back into Martinez's grateful hands. How unlucky was that? It wasn't the cleanest of shots, but so unlucky not to have put Everton in lead in the first minute of the game. Well, what a start. Ball's picked up in midfield. Rodgers, but his ball forward is a poor one. Pickford, he tries to go down the right-hand line, but he's sliced that one out on the halfway line. And that's going to be a throw to Aston Villa. Mikalenko gets a cross into the box, but it's too close to Martinez. He's going to catch that quite easily. Comes out to the edge of his box, drops the ball at his feet, then plays the ball out to his right-hand side. And that's Conser there, forced back to Martinez. And slowly ambles forward with the ball at his feet. Looks to the left, nothing there. Looks for a ball in the middle, is not going to get that, and goes back to Conser on the right, who immediately under pressure from Armstrong has to go back to Martinez again. He gives it back to Conser again, this time a bit more space in front of him. Lays the ball into the middle to McGinn, gets it back, Conser. McGinn gets it back, looks to turn, but he hasn't got the space. Bogard there has to go across to the left-hand side. Matson now gives it inside. Tielemans looks long. Headed into the air. That's Tarkowski. Watkins got a touch. Matson looking to go down the line. Patterson takes the ball off him, and before it goes out for a corner, he clears it down the line. But Tielemans has picked the ball up again. Gives it to Conser in the centre circle. He's got Cash with him. He's having to go backwards, his Cash, though. Now he goes across to the left-hand side. As Torres plays the ball inside. Buendia gets a push in the back by McNeil, and it's a free kick to Villa. Over on the far side, probably about 5 or 6 yards inside the Aston Villa half. Aston Villa kicking from left to right, but Tielemans ignores that. Torres comes and takes it. Tielemans plays it across to Conser in the centre circle. Slow build-up at the moment, given inside to McGinn. McGinn under pressure, but he holds the challenge off and then gets out to the right. Bogard goes back to Conser. Conser left-footed across to the far side. Torres gets the ball down the line looking for the run of Buendia, and he's into the box now onto his right foot. Is he going to open it up for a shot? No, he gives it to Rodgers, and Rodgers was leaning back on his left foot and he's put it over the bar. Fantastic chance for Aston Villa there. Put it over the bar. Fantastic chance for Aston Villa there. I thought that once Buendia came into the box and came inside on his right foot, that he was going to hit one across the goalkeeper, but he rolled it across to Rodgers, who's skied it, and it's a chance gone. Torres wins a header. Tielemans can't get hold of the ball. Comes across to the left-hand side to Mikalenko. There's Grealish, who immediately gets boos from the Aston Villa faithfuls. It's back with Armstrong now. Being forced backwards. Tarkowski hemmed in on that far touchline, but it goes down the line over the top of everybody. Torres brings it under control and lays it back to Martinez. And then Martinez drives one down the right-hand side. Mikalenko holding McGinn. Grealish gets the boos again. Mikalenko, ball inside. Tielemans gets away with a tackle there. Cash picks the ball up. Buendia to McGinn. McGinn again being manhandled, and this time he gets the free kick on the halfway line. Tielemans out to the left-hand side. Ball played in at pace in the middle. It's been picked up, and Buendia spreads out to the right to Cash. He goes back to Bogard, and Bogard goes back to Conser on the halfway line. Crowd in good voice anyway, if nothing. McGinn goes down. Garner this time brings him down, and it's a free kick to Villa. Very central, this. Not much angle for putting a ball into the box. Tielemans stood over it. It's midway in the Everton half. Cash is stood with him. And it plays it short to Cash. Cash is going to play out to the right-hand side now. Inside, there's a chance here. What was Morgan Rodgers doing? He had it opened up in front of him. He ran into the box in the inside right position. He almost got to the 6-yard box, and he didn't pull the trigger when it opened up for him. And that's a second chance that Rodgers has had. He's failed to take. Hit it there. He should have had a shot there, Rodgers, and he didn't. And then the ball was cleared as he lost control of it. But Cash takes a long throw into the box again. It's headed away. Grealish brings it down on his chest. Cash is pulling him back by the shirt, and Grealish gets the free kick. Pickford's going to take this one. It's about 5 yards outside his box. waving everybody forward, Pickford. And left-footed, he drives it long and high. There was a foot up there, was there, from Armstrong? Free kick's given. I don't think it was on purpose. And Matty Cash has got immediate up straight away, so there can't have been no contact, but it was close, yeah. Armstrong pulled out of it, and he did well too as well. He could see that he was going to get Cash there. And luckily, Cash is okay. Free kick's taken quickly, though. Conser has it now. Gives it short to Bogard. Bogard's got Cash outside him, but he's going backwards, is Matty Cash. He leaves it to Conser. And then over on the left-hand side, given the angle, was Martinez. Martinez has played out to the other side to Torres. Torres plays the ball inside. Tielemans, Buendia, lays it back to Conser in a bit of space now. Everton are not going to put any pressure on until they get somewhere near the halfway line. Aston Villa have been given the ball inside to McGinn. Back to McGinn. Then a long ball looking for the runner of Ollie Watkins, but it's just a bit too much on it and it skips through to Pickford. Pickford underhands one. It's out to Garner. Garner gets it out to the left-hand side, O'Brien, but his pass down the line has been picked off by Bogard. Tielemans now. He's got Cash on his right. Gets it back to Tielemans, but foot in by Mikalenko, intercepts that, but it goes out for a throw to Villa anyway. Bogard has the ball now. Goes across to his left. Conser in the centre circle, holding his hands out, saying, well, who can I pass to? He gives it back to Bogard. Bogard gives it back to Conser, who has gone further back now. There's a ball into Buendia. Buendia spreads it out to Torres. Gets the ball back, does Buendia. Ball inside. That's a great ball by Tielemans down the line for Buendia. Gets it into Ollie Watkins. He's in the box on his right foot. He's just lost it underneath his foot, but Tielemans has picked the ball up again. McGinn. Bogard now out to Cash on the right-hand side. Goes back to Bogard. Then to McGinn. McGinn to Conser in the centre circle. Aston Villa enjoying all the possession so far in the first 10 minutes. Morgan Rogers now tried to get Buendia in, but it was just a bit off balance and he lost the ball. But they've won it back again. Maatsen has a shot from just outside the box from the left-hand angle. Straight at Pickford, makes a comfortable save. Bit of a deflection there as well on that deflection off Tarkowski, which made it just a little bit more difficult for Pickford. Pickford here has the ball now and quickly spreads it out to the right-hand side. Patterson plays it down the line, gets it back. Patterson has to go back to Tarkowski. He gives it to Mikalenko. Grealish. Cash is tight on him. Grealish tried to lay the ball off, but it's deflected out for a throw. Mikalenko is going to take this on his near side. Just short of the halfway line. Headed forward by Cash. Picked up by Bogard. Torres back to Martinez. He immediately gives it to Conser on the edge of the box. Still with the ball, Conser. Gives it to Bogard. Gets it back. Conser under pressure. This Roller was giving him a hard time and then ends up bringing Conser down. Held him off, but Roll working hard for Everton there. Gives the free kick away, unfortunately. Cash gives it back to Conser. Conser's going to go all the way back to Martinez. Thanks to Simply Joy, who gives us a thumbs up. Everything's okay. That's good to know. Ball goes back to Pickford. Pickford's almost in his own left corner now. Goes left-footed down the line, so got a kick on him as Pickford. Cash heads the ball back inside. Tielemans tried to get it. He's shown so much for a second that he'd mistimed his tackle, but nothing doing there. Everything's going on. Play goes on. Ball ends up back with Pickford. O'Brien plays it inside. Given to Grealish with his back to goal. He's going towards his own goal. Being forced further and further back with no out ball. There's no play at the moment because John McGinn's gone down holding his right knee. Must have taken a bang on his knee there. Won't want to lose John McGinn this early in the game. Don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, please do become a subscriber. Helping our channel grow. It's always well appreciated. We'd appreciate all the support, whether it's watching or subscribing. You've got a chance to subscribe while McGinn receives his treatment on his knee. They're just flexing his knee now. He looks in a bit of pain. Just on the inside of his right knee. And McGinn's not one of these people to go down without having reason. Still nothing going on yet. McGinn's up on his knees, but he doesn't look comfortable at all. Looks like McGinn is probably going off. That's the end of McGinn's game. So just for the moment, Aston Villa are down to 10 until they get the sub on. Matty Cash with Grealish again. It's kept in and played forward, headed back by Roll. Conser. Buendia sorts things out, gets out to Torres over on the far left-hand side. He's strolling forward. Puts his foot on the ball. Gives it to Conser. Ball inside for Tielemans, and the first time back to Martinez. Martinez back to Conser, who's in his own penalty area over on the right-hand side. Everton just putting the squeeze on at the moment, and the ball goes back to Martinez. He's in no hurry to move it. In his all salmon pink outfit. He drives it long down the line. Foul there by Barry. Was it Watkins? Gesson's coming on for John McGinn. Number 29, Gesson, comes on. Better just make a note of that. Well, Martinez and Cash make a bit of a mess of that. There was a simple header back to Martinez from Cash to his goalkeeper, but he's headed it wide. The goalkeeper's dived to try and pick the ball up, and it's conceded a corner. Unnecessary. Garner's going to take this from the Everton left-hand side, the right-footed in-swinger. Well, Martinez, before the corner was taken, pushed Grealish over. I mean, he's risking it there. I've seen Martinez do some stupid things, and that was just another one. There's no wonder he's another one. A Marmite goalkeeper, you either like him or you don't. Ball goes forward now over the top of the attackers. Aston Villa can push up and try and put pressure on this corner. This throw, Mikalenko's going to take it on the near side. It's level with his own 18-yard box. Mikalenko goes down the line. Headed on. Grealish picks it up. He's under pressure. He's got 3 men around him, but he gets the ball to Mikalenko. Mikalenko plays it inside to Armstrong. Armstrong gets a push in the back from Bogard, and it's a free kick. It's taken quickly. It goes out to the right-hand side. Patterson. McNeil now going down the line. Patterson's gone down the line for the ball back, and he gets a cross into the box. Martinez is going to make an easy catch, is he? Yes, he does. Martinez rolls the ball out to Torres, who gives him it back straight away. Everton are camped deep in the Aston Villa half at the moment, the last third of the pitch. Conser coming forward now. Into the middle for Buendia. Buendia's given the ball away now. Everton coming down the right-hand side now. Barry has the ball. His cross from near the goal line is blocked at the expense of a corner. Everton just beginning to get a bit of pressure onto Aston Villa now. It's a corner from the Everton right-hand side this time. And it comes left-footed, high to the back post. All the way through to Grealish at the back post. There was no one with him. His volley hits a group of players, and then for Aston Villa, it bounces to safety. Comes to the halfway line. Patterson gets the ball, spreads it wide to the right-hand side. McNeil wins the header. And then as it comes into the box, didn't drop for roll before Torres picked the ball up. Out to the left-hand side, Matson there. His ball down the line. Goes out for a throw. Just looking at that replay, that Grealish volley was blocked at the back post by Gesson, and he wasn't looking at the ball. He turned his back to it, knowing that the ball was going to hit him. So it was a lucky block there. Bogard has the ball taken off him by Armstrong. Barry couldn't control the balls. It came through to him on the edge of the box, forced out wide. Aston Villa playing close passing as Buendia's getting away there. It was McNeil pulled his shirt. The referee tried to give advantage. Nothing was going. And so he's pulled the ball back for a free kick, and McNeil gets a yellow card. Buendia's looking sharp today. McNeil puts himself under pressure now after 22 minutes. Long way to go in this game when you're already on a booking. Torres to Matson. Back to Torres. Matson again. under pressure, has to go all the way back to Martinez. But Torres is going to take charge of this. Buendia goes down. Matsson's got the ball down the left-hand side. Now he's using his pace to go down the line. Patterson got in front of him, blocked his way, and Maatsen must have taken the last touch because that's gone out for a goal kick. Aston Villa just haven't got into any sort of rhythm yet. Everybody pushes up as Pickford's going to take this long. There's no short one this time. They're footed high and long into the air. Gesson brings the ball down, but he's had it pinched off him. And then Gesson does well to get back, gets his foot in. Cash picks the ball up, gives it to Konsa. Konsa rolls it back to Martinez, and Martinez gets it out to Torres over on the far side. Maatsen, poor touch, loses the ball. Everton pick it up on the halfway. Garner now. Over to the right. McNeil going back. Spread to the left to O'Brien. O'Brien's got Grealish on the halfway line on the left-hand side. He's been forced back by Cash and has to go back to McNeil. O'Brien. Ball comes inside now to Garner. He's got plenty of space and is coming across to the left-hand side. Armstrong now gives it back to Garner. The play's just slowed down a bit there, giving Aston Villa a chance to get back into some sort of defensive formation. And in fact, it's going to go all the way back to Pickford. Sir Paul clearance there. Tarkowski. Ball's been picked up. Maatsen now. Maatsen gets the ball back again as he played it forward. Tielemans gives it back to Maatsen. Maatsen seeing the ball again. Tielemans again. Plays it across to the middle of the pitch. It's Konsa. Konsa gives it to Cash, who's 5 yards to his right. Gives it back to Konsa. Tielemans in the middle. Picks out Cash. Cash goes to the right. It's Gesson. Plays the ball inside. Back to Gesson. Cash now. In the centre circle, being forced back. Konsa has it again now, just on the halfway line. Plays the ball through the middle, but it's a poor one. The crowd groans as it's picked up by Everton. And away they come again. Out to the left to Grealish now. He gets a boo, but he's got a chance to attack on his right foot. He goes for a shot that's blocked. Is it going to spin out for a corner? Cash was in. Cash was in quick there on Patterson, I think that was. Couple of deflections, but the last deflection was off Patterson and out for a goal kick. Aston Villa crowd just waking up at the moment. Just trying to lift their team a bit there. It's Torres coming forward. Oh, it's a poor ball forward there as well. Don't know what he was trying there, but McNeil's come away with the ball now. Tarkowski to O'Brien. He's got Mikolenko outside of him if he wants to use him, and he does. Mikolenko plays a little ball inside, then it's swept back to Garner. Garner spreads it out to the right. It's Tarkowski. McNeil goes for a ball down the line, but Maatsen's read it. And he's done well to hold off the challenge of Patterson and let it roll out for a goal kick. Ball's with Matson now. But Aston Villa not allowing them to build up from the back, getting into Aston Villa's faces, and they're having to go backwards more often than not. Conser has the ball now. Pons is looking for a ball through into midfield, but there's nothing there, and he has to go back to Martinez. Martinez just bringing it outside of his box slowly before giving it to Conser to his right. Conser's being forced backwards again there. So Armstrong was working hard with Conser. Conser spreads out to Torres. Torres plays the ball into the middle. Buendia's beaten to it though. Barry now. 2 men around him. Bogard, who just held him off and then got the ball back to Martinez. Good defending by Bogard there, but it's a poor pass into midfield there. But Buendia was tightly marked. Rodgers now. Down the right for Cash, who's got a bit of space now to run down that right-hand channel. Turns one way, turns the other. That's Everton to come back. Gives it to Bogard. Rodgers goes down under pressure. Holding his ankle, is he? Not missing anything. There's balls back with Martinez again. And Aston Villa right up in their faces, and he's looking both ways for a ball out. And in the end, he goes long, left-footed out to the far side and just short of the halfway line. It goes out for a throw to Everton, and Aston Villa really haven't got going. Throw comes in now down the line. Headed back inside. McNeil. 1-2 touches inside. Flicked into the middle. It's well played there. Rolls. Comes out to the left-hand side. Mikalenko has a left-footed shot from the edge of the area. I don't know if Martinez touched that over the bar. Maybe see that again. I can't tell whether there's been a corner given or not yet. Yes, he did. He touched it over the bar, so that will be a corner to Everton. Straight at Martinez, so it's a save you'd expect him to make. Corner on this left-hand side then. Taken short, Grealish. Garner puts a cross into the back, and it's into the back of the net. It's been headed in. And O'Brien has headed in. It's not going to count as a flag up. O'Brien seems baffled. I haven't seen a replay of that yet. Just a simple corner that was taken short. Grealish gave it back to Garner. He put his cross in. There is a man offside. I don't know that's O'Brien who headed the ball in, is it? It wasn't. So it wasn't. O'Brien wasn't offside. The man who put the ball in. VAR will be checking that. Armstrong's offside, but the ball floats over his head and he's not in the way of the goalkeeper. O'Brien's onside. This could be a goal, this. Let's take a look at this again just to see whether Armstrong gets a touch on that ball. I don't think he did. It's gone over his head. Well, they've given that as offside. Well, I'm surprised at that. I didn't think that he interfered with that. But we stay at 0-0 and Aston Villa get away with one there. Armstrong's penalised, putting the pressure on Conser again. Just see that I've gone. Armstrong came back from an offside position, but he didn't get a touch of it. It wasn't impeding anybody. O'Brien heads the ball into the back of the net, and it's given us offside. I think that's a poor decision, that, by VAR. Everton should be a goal up and are not. Mattison coming down the line. Down, he's got a chance to get his cross in from the edge of the box. And it's Rodgers. And with his left foot, he hit it to the near post and it's deflected over the bar by O'Brien. And that's the third chance that O'Brien's had and hasn't put one in the back of the net yet. It's great driving run by Mattson. And Rodgers just on 7 yards out with his left foot. It was another scuffed shot. Wasn't the best of strikes. Rodgers will be disappointed. He hasn't scored a couple in this first half so far. Corner comes in now. It's taken short. Rodgers' shot is palmed away by Pickford at his right-hand post. And it's pushed away for a throw. Taken quickly. Cross comes in again. Pickford punches again. Picked up by Bogard. Gets out to the left to Mattson. Mattson puts a cross into the box again. This time it's cleared away by Garner. Aston Villa will pick the ball up deep in the Everton half. Goes down the line again to Mattson. Plays it inside to Buendia. Rodgers now. Out to the left-hand side again. Edge of the box. Going for a cross again. It's deflected into the air. And it's taken enough pace off it that Pickford can make a catch at his near post. And that just takes the pressure off a bit. Ball is back with O'Brien just outside his own box and he gives it to Pickford. Pickford plays it down the line, the right-hand side. Tarkowski drives it forward. Barry can't make it before Conser gets there. And in fact, the last touch must have come off Barry because it's been given as a throw to Aston Villa. Matty Cash now. Gives it to Gesson. Being forced backwards, goes down, free kick. Tielemans with the ball now. Given to Conser. Just short of the halfway line in the centre circle. Under pressure. Has lost the ball. It's being picked up by Garner, and Garner goes long looking for the run. There's a chance here. It's coming into the box, just being forced back by Armstrong. Still in the box, turns his man one way, then the other. It's Torres who's holding him up. Goes back to Grealish just outside the box on his right foot. Is he going to put a cross in? No, he's had to go back to Garner. Then it goes to Armstrong, back to Garner. Then to Grealish. Garner again, being forced back by Gesson, moving across the pitch to the right-hand side, though. Garner now with a bit more space, gives it to Grealish. Grealish has got a chance to attack the box now. Gesson comes to engage. Got a chance to put his cross in with the outside of his foot. Wasn't the greatest of crosses. It's cleared away, but not far. It's picked up again on the edge of the box. Still over on this near side. Goes back to O'Brien. McNeil. It goes back to O'Brien. Back in his own half now. Played back into the middle. Garner takes a turn, moves it out to the right hand side. It's a good ball. It's Patterson now. Turns one way, turns the other, tries to go inside. Matson gets a back heel on the ball and deflects it out for a throw. Everton putting the pressure on now. It's weird, everybody's backing off. It looks like O'Brien's got a long throw in him here. So we'll see what they can make of this now with just 5.5 minutes to go this first half. Just measuring his run up. Here he comes now. Throw comes in high. The near post. It's bounced once, bounced twice. And into the arms of Martinez. Gets Gesson on his way, but Gesson looks a bit laboured and slow. And allows the tackle to come in from roll. It goes out for a throw. Cash takes it. Goes back to Conser. Back with Martinez. Now Conser. Bogard plays the ball into the middle, but O'Brien was in there. But the loose ball is picked up by Tielemans. It goes out to Buendia over on the far side, just to the edge of the box now. Coming back across to the right. Tielemans again now on his right foot. Looks to put a cross into the back post. It's Gesson, whose looped header hits the crossbar and bounces out. Now it's Matson now on the edge of the box on the left-hand side this time. Back to Tielemans, back to Matson. Still on the edge of the box, just cutting inside. Looks for a cross that's blocked away for a corner. Gesson's header, I thought it just headed it over the bar, but it was a looped one that drops over the head of Pickford. And it's the crossbar flush on. In the end, it's a good header by Gesson because he hung in the air well over the defender, and Pickford couldn't get anywhere near that. It was well over his head. He watched it hit the crossbar before reacting. Corner about to be taken. Right-footed in-swinger. Pickford at the near post, under a lot of pressure, punches it out for another corner. It's well done by Pickford because he was under a lot of pressure there from Watkins. Pickford maybe got a bang in the ribs there, just stretching his ribs, but he looks like he's all right. Another right-footed in-swinger from the left-hand side again, this corner. In it comes again to the near post again. It's flicked back and then volleyed away. Good thinking there by the set-piece coach. Ball goes across, almost flattens Tielemans as he brings it down on his chest, but he controls it, gives it to Bogard, and then Bogard back to Tielemans, back to Bogard. Matson. Well, that's a poor ball. He tried to left foot it across to the far side, and he's put it behind the intended target and out for a throw for Everton. Relieves the pressure for Everton. Into the last 2 minutes. Ball goes down the line, takes a bounce, comes out to Tielemans. Tielemans to Matson. Matson under pressure, battling for it. He's lost the ball though. A couple of good passes. Has got the ball out to the left from Everton here. Mikalenko gets out to Grealish on the right hand side. He's got a shot on him, but Cash has got him closed down and it's blocked his shot at the expense of a corner. Defended well this half as Matty Cash. Corner on the Everton left. It's going to be a right-footed in-swinger. Care of Garner. And to the last minute, can Everton steal the lead just before half-time? What a time to score it will be. Referee's having a word. There's some pushing going on. Tarkowski is just getting off the floor. Just see that again. It's Torres there. Got him round the neck. Pulled it well. Tarkowski had Torres' arm round his neck and not enough to pull him down like that. Still pushing and shoving the pair of them. Still pushing and shoving. Tarkowski giving as good as he's getting. Ball's taken short to the edge of the area. Then Mikalenko looked like he's going to try and chip the ball into the back of the box, but his cross was a poor one. It's cleared away, but he's picked the ball up again out to the back post where it's gone all the way across the box. Tarkowski's going to pick the ball up. Tries to hit it first time. Buendia's in the way, and it bounces out off Buendia for a throw. 3 minutes of added time. And I guess this is going to be another long throw from Brian. In comes the throw now. Heights not far, and it's headed up into the air to the edge of the box. Battling for it again. It's Gesson who volleys the ball high into the air, just short of the halfway line. It's headed forward, but it's picked up by Tielemans. He looks to get the ball down the left-hand side for Morgan Rogers. And Morgan Rogers does a good job of blocking the clearance, and he's back. Keep it in, will he? Couple of bounces. He's battling for it with O'Brien. O'Brien goes down, and the foul's given. Well, how many times have we seen defenders do that, go down when they're in a tight position, and the referee gives the foul? Well, Pickford's going to take the resulting free kick. Long again. Takes one bounce and then goes out for a throw on the far side. Halfway inside the the Aston Villa half. Throw's given to Torres, and he's coming forward very central now, almost to the centre circle. Lays the ball out to the right-hand side. Ball looking for Cash, and it's unfortunate for Cash. He almost brilliantly brought that under control, only a couple of yards from the goal line, but it just ran away from him and out for a goal kick. The referee's telling them to hurry up with this goal kick. I think Everton are happy to go in at 0-0. Pickford's picked the ball up from the left-hand side of the goal and is slowly walking across to the right-hand side to take the goal kick, wasting a few more seconds. Probably not going to see much more action once Pickford takes this. High into the air. Headed forward. Tielemans came off the corner of his head though, and out for a throw, and out for half-time. Well, that's half-time. No goals at half-time. There's been a bit of goal-mouth action. It's been sporadic. It hasn't been flowing football. And so that's no good for Aston Villa. That's one thing for sure. Losing McGinn hasn't helped them whatsoever. But at half-time, it is 0-0. Thanks to everyone who's watched so far. If you're not a subscriber, please do become a subscriber and hit that like button. If you want to join us for midweek European games as well, hit the notification bell, and then when I advertise which... Just bear with me when I I'll bring that up. So I'm just trying to find it. I'll get there eventually. Match stats. Here we go. So Aston Villa had the lion's share of the possession with 62% to Everton's 38%. The expected goals is 0.82 for Aston Villa and 0.34 for Everton. 6 shots each. 3 on target for Aston Villa, 1 on target for Everton, although they did hit the post in the first few seconds of the game. 12 seconds, I think it was, between kicking off and that ball hitting the post and rebounding into Martinez's arms. 12 touches inside the box for Aston Villa as opposed to 11 from Everton. Goalkeeper saves 1 for Martinez and 3 for Pickford. The rest of it's all pretty even. Fouls committed, 4 for Aston Villa, 8 for Everton. They have been under slight more pressure of Everton. That probably shows why. 3 corners to Aston Villa, 4 for Everton. And those are your match stats so far. Both teams have hit the woodwork. That one in the first half from a scuffed shot across Martinez that bounced back into his arms, and then that header from Gesson late in the half that looped over Pickford and hit the crossbar before bouncing away. Expected goals from open play, 0.8 for Aston Villa and 0.2 from Everton. So that tells you that Everton's biggest threat is from set pieces, whether that's the long throw or the corner or free kicks. So that's the stats for the first half. How will that affect the table? I think this is live, and as it stands now, Aston Villa will go on to 44 points, a point ahead of Man City, but it still leaves them 6 behind Arsenal. Aston Villa, if there's going to be a challenge to Arsenal, then Aston Villa have got to win this game today. They really must. That'll get them on to 46. It'll only be 4 points behind Arsenal, so it's still in with a shout, but they've got to carry on winning, which is what Arsenal are still doing. Everton won't drop anyway. They will stay in 11th position, but if they won this game, they could go up, depending on the score, above Sunderland. So that's the stats of the half. If you've got anything to say now, you can say it in the live chat. We can discuss it while the teams are at the half-time break. Or if you just want to go for another score prediction, I said 3-0 to Aston Villa. It's not looking like that now, especially with John McGinn going off injured early in that first half. And Aston Villa have had the chances. I mean, you've got to believe that Rodgers has had 3 good chances in that first half and he's fluffed them all. And he's the one that's had the better chances. No one else really has. I mean, Watkins has not had a look whatsoever. Neither has Barry, although he's worked hard as Barry and done some good work up front there. But it's all even. Let me know what you think. Get your thoughts in. If you're not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button. Just looking at the chances there. That one just in the box there. It was Roll that brought the ball down. It was a long clearance by Pickford. It dropped into the box. He brought it down on his left-hand thigh, did Roll, and then hit the ball with his right foot. Now that disallowed goal there, I didn't agree with that at all. I thought it was a perfectly good goal. And I think what they're saying is that the player who was offside, coming back from an offside position, was um, preventing an opponent from playing or being able to play the ball. So he's interfering with an opponent. I'm not so sure like that. Clearly obstructing the opponent's line of the ball. And let's see if he does. And does he give Rodgers a bit of a push in the back there? I'm not so sure. I mean, just looking at that ball going across again there. It's Buendia that Armstrong just gives Buendia a push in the back. Goes up for the cross. McNeil heads the ball in, and I'm not sure that was enough to disallow that. I don't agree with the VAR for that, but there's a lot of VAR decisions that I haven't agreed with this season so far. I still don't think that VAR has solved everything, because at the end of the day, you can have all the technology you want, but there's still a human making a decision at the end of it. And as we know, humans still get these decisions wrong. Chance to get your thoughts in the live chat there. I'll be back in a minute while I go get myself a quick drink. And then we'll discuss your thoughts or score predictions before the second half gets underway. Thank you for your patience. Just got myself a nice warm cup of tea to keep me going through this second half. Players are not on the pitch yet. We're still at breaks on the coverage, so you're not missing anything yet. So what I will do, I'll just remind everybody. Do appreciate everyone who's supporting the channel, even just by watching us. If you've got any comments you want to put in the comments there, it's open now, the live chat. Give us a score prediction. What do you think? It's been very tight, this. There's been chances. It could end up another 1-0, this. Even though I predicted 3-0, it does not looking likely at the moment. I think Aston Villa are missing John McGinn after he went off injured. Would you make any substitution at half-time to the team? I think it's too tight to make any substitutions at the moment, personally. Would Everton settle for a point if it was offered it now? I think they maybe would. There's not many teams that are going to come to Aston Villa and take points off them. Difficult team to play against. Good team to play against. Unai Emery is a top manager. Can't be far off. The team's coming back out now. I just thought the TV coverage was coming back to the game and they've gone for another break, but we won't be far off a resumption now. If you're enjoying a cup of tea, cheers. It's chilly. It's dark here now. If you're not in the UK, it's dark here now. It's been cold and grey all day, one of those miserable winter's days. The game early on between Wolves and Newcastle, it poured down during that game for the full game. Doesn't seem to be any rain at Villa now, though. Players are now just coming back out onto the pitch, so we're not far off the restart. Just listening to see if there's any substitutions so far. I don't think there is. I think that if Aston Villa are going to break down this Everton defence, they've got to get Watkins more involved. They've got to get him involved in the game. And Rodgers has got to get onto the ball more. So Aston Villa are going to kick off this second half, kicking from right to left as we look at it. Referee blows the whistle. Not yet. Still waiting. And we are away now. And Bogart has the ball now. Cash lays it down the line. It's Gesson comes inside, then goes on the outside, but the ball's taken away from him. Grealish had the ball there without any booze. That's a surprise. Excuse me. Ball's bouncing around in midfield there. It's chipped forward. And that was by Garner, but it's to nobody. And on the edge of the area, Conser picks the ball up and starts the ball rolling forward again. Cash. Rodgers couldn't keep the ball in. It's not been his most effective game so far, Rodgers. Now Buendia crossing the halfway line, tackled from behind. The referee gives the foul and gets a yellow card as Garner, despite the fact he was going like that. I hate that. Drives me mad. You tackle from behind, bring the man down, and then wag your finger at the referee. Well, he brought the man down. And what he was wagging his finger at, I don't know. Picked up in the middle by Watkins, laid out to the left. Matson comes back into the middle to Tielemans. He drags it back and then lays it out back out to Matson on this left-hand side, the near side for us. Goes back to Conser. Conser plays it into Bogard, and Bogard goes down theatrically. Out to the left. Torres under pressure. Matson plays the ball inside to Watkins. Watkins lays it into Matson. Matson goes into under pressure. The tackle is in. It's a sliding tackle that the referee's having none of it. It's Buendia who's gone down. The referee. Angeli. And Patterson did get the ball there. The referee got in the way of Patterson as he was coming away with the ball. And then Rodgers brings Patterson down and is penalised. And that's why he was complaining that the referee didn't like the decision. But Aston Villa are coming away with it again now. Tielemans lays it into Buendia. Out to the left to Watkins on his left foot. Can he hit the one with his left foot? He tries to go for the far corner, but there was never on that. That was always blocked. The deflection comes back out to Matson on the edge of the box. Now Tielemans goes across to Bogard. Cash, left-footed cross into the corner. Tielemans a header right on the penalty spot, and he's headed it wide of that left-hand post. Yeah, there's no one challenging him, and he's put it wide of the goalkeeper's left-hand post. He's put it a yard or two wide, holding his head. He knew he should have. Patterson goes down the line, but Buendia picks the ball up. He gets it into the middle now. Rodgers coming through the middle. Then he slips as he was about to, I don't know, he's about to have a shot or whatever, but then Everton give the ball away. Cash. Watkins tries to get across, and it's not his forte, and it's clear. Matson got in there. And now Tielemans gets it out to Matson on this left-hand side now. Goes past one. It's forced him a little bit wide, but he still has the ball. Comes into Tielemans. Tielemans dallied on the ball, and McNeil got in there and took it off him. Everton have the ball, but it's still deep in their own area. Tarkowski plays it forward. Barry won the header. Armstrong lays it out to Grealish on the left-hand side now. Got a chance to take Cash on. He had much change out of him so far, if you pardon the pun. It's played down the line, back to Grealish, but it's not. It's going to be a shot from the outside. It was about 30 yards out, and it was a real optimistic one. And he's well high and well wide, and gets a groan from his manager and cheers of derision from the Aston Villa fans. Martinez has the ball now, just on the edge of his. Goes long. Watkins is beaten to the header, brought down by Bogard, but the loose ball is picked up by Everton. 1, 2, 3 one-touch passes, and it's just given away there. Cash just got in between the Two men. Buendia goes out to the left. Done down this left-hand side. Charging down the left again. Then just decides to come back inside. Buendia, who's supporting him, comes inside. He gives it to Bogard. Bogard gives it to Tielemans. Back to Bogard. Matson. Watkins. Left-footed cross from the edge of the box was deflected. But luckily he's up again. Right onto the edge of the box. It's headed down by Barry. Roll just can't get the ball to Rod Armstrong, and Rodgers comes away now with help of Cash. Rodgers still going. Watkins goes one way, and then Rodgers is pushed over on the edge of the box, and he was pushed over, and it should have been a free kick, and the refs let it go. And now Everton come away down the left-hand side with Grealish. Grealish comes inside of Cash. It goes down under the challenge, and this time the free kick is given. Rodgers there, and he was pushed over. It wasn't a penalty, it was on the edge of the box. I see this in slow motion now. Rodgers goes down, and he was pushed, yeah. Garner, who's already been booked, pushed Rodgers over. That's definite foul without any doubt whatsoever. The referee has made a poor decision, missed that one there. Unai Emery strokes his chin pensively. Maybe he thought there was something in that, but now they've got to defend this free. And it comes now, headed away by Bogard. Picked up on the edge of the box by Mikolenko. Can't keep it in. Ball's gone out. It's Garner who couldn't keep that ball in. But chance for Everton to put the pressure on Aston Villa deep inside their own half on the far side. Aston Villa coming away with it now. It's a loose pass. Again, looking for Barry. Barry can't bring that ball down. It's over his head. Oh, it's given away though. It's edge of the box. McNeil tries a curler. Barry's he chipped it into the box. He has chipped it in. And Barry has scored for Everton. And McNeil's shot was a curled shot for the far right-hand post, and just wonder if there's been a decision on this yet. It's Martinez who parried the ball, and Barry was onto it first and just deftly chipped it over Martinez, and it was a great finish. And it looks like, I thought for a minute there was going to be some sort of offside or whatever, but it's not, and Everton have taken the lead. Let's see this again. Torres lost the ball there. McNeil had a... It's a poor save by Martinez. It was... Martinez should have caught that. All he could do was parry it, and then what a finish from Barry that is. It's an easy save. He tried to catch it and then dropped it. And Barry was in on like a flash, and there's Martinez dived at Barry's feet. He just lobbed it over him and into the back of the net. It's a fantastic finish. I get there. Cash volleys it forward. Grealish now. Into the box on his right foot. He tries to pull out the ball inside. It almost broke for roll. It's cleared away by Tielemans. And Buendia plays a long ball forward for Watkins to chase now. And O'Brien got across him. And then Pickford dived to keep the ball in. Did he slide out with that? The crowd thought he had, but the referee's assistant obviously thought not. And Pickford overarms one down the left-hand side. And suddenly the pace has picked up in this game. Over to the near side, McNeil. Ball's played into the middle. It comes back to Garner. Garner lays it back. Tarkowski now. Tarkowski goes back across to O'Brien. The ball goes back to Pickford. Ball high down the front for McNeil to chase. He lands awkwardly, does McNeil, as he tries to chase that ball. Looks like his shoulder, it's his right shoulder. He's got up to his feet now, but he can't move that right shoulder. He's holding it across his body as if he's sprung a shoulder or something. And straight past him. Ball's laid inside by Watkins to Buendia down the middle now. Moves out to the right-hand side. Cash had made a run inside instead of staying outside, and Buendia couldn't go to him. So he turns around and gives it to Maatsen on the left-hand side, just on the edge of the box. Onto the edge to Tielemans. Tielemans is going to have a shot. It's blocked, though, by Rowe. Long throw comes in. Cash, Watkins tried to get there, but it's O'Brien who clears it long. First bounce is deep inside the Aston Villa half, and Torres is having to come across with Barry working hard for him, and Torres has let the ball run out, and it'll be a throw to Everton. Barry working hard. It's going to be a long throw from that left-hand side. And it comes down, it's high one. It's flicked on by Barry and straight into the arms of Martinez. Out to Maatsen. Maatsen slips and the ball is picked up. McNeil, under pressure from Buendia, has to go all the way back to Patterson, and Patterson's going to leave it all the way back to Pickford. Pickford then gives it to Tarkowski. Tarkowski chips one down the line. Barry collects the ball, but he's come back from an offside position, and the free kick is given to Villa. Torres gets out to Maatsen on this left-hand side. Decides to cut inside and gives it to Tielemans. Tielemans to the back post to Cash, and it's just picked off. Laid out to the end of the box. It's a shot. Morgan Rogers is high again. Another good chance for Rogers that drops there. Gesson got the ball back to him as it dropped onto the edge of the box, and once again he's leaning backwards, but he's sliced across it, and it's high and well wide. Not the same quality we're expecting as Thomas Tuchel's watching on there, watching Rogers. Not his best game to we're watching him today. Down the line again. Torres having to deal with the bounce. Conser, Maatsen, they're under pressure, Aston Villa. And then he's brought down by roll. Maatsen rolling once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times. 5.5. 5.5, thumping the ground. Holding his left leg, which usually means there's nothing wrong with him. 5.5 rolls is not bad. Just see what it got a. Might have done him a disjustice there, because Roll has raked Maatsen down his back of his Achilles on his left leg. And he's got his socks are down, he's got no shin pads or anything up. He might have felt that, but after his 5.5 rolls and his thumping of the ground, he's up and away again. Conser plays the ball into the middle. It's laid off immediately by Tielemans. Rodgers has been dispossessed though. Grealish looking for the run of Barry. It's intercepted. Comes back to Garner. Garner goes down the line. Whistle goes for a free kick. Barry goes down holding his right ankle this time. Holding his right foot, maybe he was stood on as he challenged. Not missing anything. Well, just seeing the replay of the goal there. Martinez's poor effort. Should have saved it, should have caught it, but parried it straight into the path of Barry, and Barry just chipped it back over him. Bit of a melee going on the side of the pitch there. I think it was the referees telling them all to get back on. They were all taking a drink, and the referee wanted to get on with the game. It's the Everton players, as you can imagine. Ball comes out to Matson now on the left-hand side. He's going to try and go man. He's got a cross in. It's been blocked in. Rodgers' shot was blocked, and Everton was slow to react to it. The referee Matson pulls it back, and Rodgers again on his left foot, just on the edge of the box, has skied it over the bar. And that's 5 chances that he's had. I'm not hit the target with any of them. It was Rodgers, it hit his legs initially and dropped at the feet of an Everton defender, and he took ages to clear it. And then Matson's cross again was pulled back to Rodgers just inside the box, and his left-footed shot is skied high over the bar. Aston Villa are going to make some changes now. Buendia now. He's lost the ball though. Tarkowski battling well to win the ball. Roll coming forward. He's lost the ball, just took it too far. Matson comes away. Coming away down the centre this time. He's got men supporting him. Is he going to give it to anybody? Rodgers, Watkins, Buendia, back to Watkins now. Back into Rodgers. Can he get a shot away? No, he can't. But the ball is still on the edge of the box with Tielemans. Bogard. Matson. Buendia. Moving just across the box all the time. Torres. Deep in the Everton half. Central. Moving forward. Cash is out wide. Plays the ball in. Looking for Gesson. Bogard gets the ball out to Cash on the edge of the box. He comes back on his left foot. Gives it back to Bogard. Then it comes out to the right-hand side. There's a cross. A low cross. And it goes right across the 6-yard box. And then Patterson smashes it over his own bar and high into the crowd clearance. But there's a check for something. The referee's having a word. Some of the Aston Villa players appealed for something. I don't know what. Maybe have a quick look at that again. They're appealing for a handball, but I don't think so. His arm's tucked in, O'Brien there, and it hit his elbow, but it was tucked right into his side. There's never going to be a penalty for that. But it is a corner. And it comes short. Buendia plays it back out. Cross to the back post. Heads are up. It's headed away. Comes out to the edge of the box to Rodgers. He puts a cross in. It's a fantastic save by Pickford. That was going in his top left-hand corner, and he dived across high into the air, gets his left hand to it and tips it over the bar. It's a fantastic save. The first time that Rodgers has got one on target. That's a great save by Pickford, reaching high above him. Left hand. Seeing that again, that's a terrific save. kept his team in it, tipped it over the bar. Great save. Quick movement of his feet to get himself across there. Keeps his team in the lead. Matson's gone off for Digne. Bogard goes off. Another corner from the right hand side, left-footed in swing again. It comes now to the near post. It's headed away. It's going to be picked up by Cash. Cash lays it out to the left-hand side. It's put back in again. Header away. Tielemans. Conser on the turn with his left foot, tries to hit one into the near post. It's deflected away for another corner, and Aston Villa really now putting the pressure on. This time it's Tielemans from the opposite side. Now he's walking away from it. He's going to leave it to Cash, right-footed in swinger. Cash takes the corner to the back post, and it's an easy catch for Pickford. Pickford rolls it out to Grealish. Still getting a few boos, Grealish, but not many. Ball down the outside left. It's offside there. Ball swept out to the left-hand side. It's Digne now. He comes inside to the other substitute as well. He plays out to the right. It's Conser now, looking for a ball forward. There isn't one. Ball's played inside. Chipped ahead. Looking for Buendia. It's cleared away. Conser won it, but Everton are still coming down the right-hand side. He's got no support. So he waits for it, does Garner. Gets support from McNeil. Goes for the return. Armstrong to the edge of the box. It's backheeled away. And luckily, there was no Everton player following in because that just stopped on the 18-yard box. Tielemans under pressure now. Rodgers obstructed. Says no. Referee, let's play. Go on. Rodgers losing his temper a bit there. Getting a bit frustrated, I think. Rodgers ended up pushing Grealish over. Grealish has a big smile about it. He would do it. His team's in the lead. Ball goes high over the head of Digne, who lets it go out, and it's a throw. Pace has picked up now in this game. It's looking good now. Ball goes down the line. Buendia was pulling the shirt of Garner, and Everton get the free kick. Just 14 minutes to go. Garner was going to take this from a couple of yards in from the right-hand touchline. And it comes deep. It's going to be over the top of everybody. Takes one bounce and goes out for a goal kick. It's not the best of deliveries by Garner, that. Martinez gets the ball back into play as quickly as possible. Coming down the left-hand side is Torres. Then he checks back and then rolls it to Martinez, who's 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 yards out of his box before he gives it to Conser on the right-hand side. And it goes back to Martinez. Back to Conser. Rodgers plays a ball inside. So Hemmings stumbles but keeps going. Hits one from the edge of the box, but the defenders throw themselves in the way of it, and it's blocked and cleared away. Only a halfway line, he heads it forward to Buendia on this near left-hand touchline, just outside the box. He goes to Tielemans. Tielemans just rolls one across to the right to Conser. Ball played inside. Emmons goes down. Buendia goes down. Gesson retrieves the ball. Rodgers plays the ball. Well, again, Cash was looking to tuck inside when he should have been staying out. And Rodgers played the ball behind Cash and it goes out for a throw. Long throw down the line, headed back inside. Picked up by Gesson. There's it into Watkins on the edge of the box. Rodgers tries to go through and then goes down. It's not a free kick that, well, if it had been a free kick, it would have been a penalty, and this crowd claim it was, but nobody else did. Play goes on with Torres. Tielemans, Hemmings now. The substitute lays it out to the right. Rodgers is tackled by Grealish. Throw taken quickly by Rodgers. Hemmings has to go all the way back. Conser just short of the halfway line. Gives it into Tielemans. Tielemans was under pressure. It's a great turn by Buendia and he's away down the middle now. To edge of the box, here's the left-footed shot that's struck straight at the defender. Tarkowski in the way. And Everton come away back down the left. It's a fantastic turn by Buendia. Barry slips as the ball was down the left-hand side. He has acres of space and slipped over. Everton come away now. It's end-to-end. Taken off. Barry coming through. But Martinez chasing that long ball gets there before Barry does and clears it high. Headed out on the halfway line. Digne. Digne goes across to the right-hand side looking for Cash. It's not going to get there, is it? Or he's managed to slip it inside. Grealish puts his cross in, but he's dragged it behind his people who's coming in, and Tarkowski's cleared the ball away out for a throw on the far side. Excuse me. Ball's on the edge of the box again. Watkins can't get there, and the ball rolls through to Pickford. Not sure whether he could pick the ball up at first, whether it's a back pass or not, but he has done. And then he drives it long down the line. Looking for Grealish, but that's way over his head and out for a throw. But it's deep inside the Aston Villa half now, over on the far side. It's taken quickly, and Conser plays the ball inside to Tielemans. He turns and goes left-footed across to the left-hand side. Digne's made the run forward, stops the ball, gets a cross to the back post. It's flicked away, but it's going to be picked up by Rodgers at the back post. He puts his cross in again. It's again flicked away by Patterson. Digne tries to do a spectacular bicycle kick to get it across the goal again, but it's straight into the arms of Pickford. It's good stuff now, this from these two going at it, hammer and tongue, end to end, enjoying this. Buendia now just let the ball run away from him, and he had it taken away from him. McNeil comes away with it, gets out to the left. Barry, Grealish comes inside and checks back. Back to Grealish. It's brought down by the substitute, Hemmings, and a free kick's given. Everton in no hurry to take this. And the crowd letting the referee know that they're wasting a bit of time. With just 8 minutes to go. It's taken quickly though. In the end, goes all the way back. O'Brien goes long and left. Headed forward, but only as far as Grealish. Ball goes back to O'Brien again, just short of the halfway line. His pass is taken down by Gesson, and then Gesson's brought down, and the free kick's given. Mikolenko that time. Everton about to make a substitution. Looks like Barry's coming off. He's worked hard, he's ran hard, and he's scored a superb goal to keep his team in the lead and deserves the applause. Hello, boy. Come here, then. Come here. Good boy. Everton coming down the left again. Digne tries to put a ball in. It's hit straight at Buendia and cleared away by Everton. Torres claims that the deflection should have favoured Aston Villa and the throw is given to Everton. Patterson was going to take the throw sent back by the referee into the last 6. Digne's header is picked up by Beto. Rogers comes away with it, lays it across to the right hand side. Watkins under a lot of pressure, but he's kept the ball with him. He tries to spray the ball to the left to Buendia, but it's too far in front of him. It goes out for a throw, and the crowd moan. Watkins has been a peripheral player this game when he's tried to make things happen. It's just not happened for anyone in the front for Aston Villa today. It's just not been their day so far. It's not over with yet, though. Tielemans hooks it high into the air. Buendia tries to get in there. Hemmings now comes away with it. Lays it back to Torres on the halfway line. Comes back to Digne on the left. Ball goes down the line. Buendia into Tielemans. Tielemans tries to go long looking for Digne, who had made a run in the inside left channel. He's fired at him and it just flashes past him and all the way out for a goal kick. Poor passing again, and there's a bit of a resignated look on some of the Aston Villa fans there. They're resigned to the fact that it's just not going to happen for their team today with the last 4.5 minutes to go, plus whatever added time there may be. And despite the fact that all the other teams around them have dropped points, and despite the fact that Arsenal have dropped 2 points yesterday, they've actually pulled a point further away in the lead because the 2 teams that are challenging them are both losing or have lost today and yesterday. Concert to the left. Torres drives it long, looking for Gesson. He wins the header, but all he can do is deflect it out for a goal kick. Pickford's going to take his time here. Those were the last 3.5 minutes. Everybody retreats to the halfway line as Pickford's going to take this long. High into the air. Headers won by Buendia. Knocked forward. Rogers working hard. Buendia now chips it into the box, but it's picked off. That's Tarkowski there. Beto can't get the ball under control. It's tight in there, but Beto comes away with the loose ball now. He's coming down the inside right. He's chasing down there. Well, they both fall down one way or the other. Both of the players that were Beto and Mattinson fall down. Oh, it's Hemmings. They both slip over. And the last touch came off Beto, and then it goes out for a goal kick. Ball's with Conser. Into the last 2 minutes of normal time. Conser under pressure. Tielemans, the ball down the right if he can find it, and he can. And cashes the way down. He's into the box. He lays it into Buendia. Buendia tries to take the ball and turn, and it's cleared away, but it's still loose. Rogers now can get out to the right to Cash again. Cash flicks the ball into the middle. It's headed away by Patterson and will be picked up on the far side. Armstrong lays it down the line. Digne picked that ball out, laid it forward to Rogers. Rogers is under pressure and the ball's taken away from him. It's picked up by Roll. And then a foul on the halfway line by Torres. Everton will be happy with that. Roll, who was fouled. Into the last minute. Ball goes high into the air, to the edge of the box. It's headed away. It's kept in by Buendia, who goes down. The foul's not given. And the loose ball is picked up on the halfway line by Everton. And then it's recycled by Tarkowski all the way to Pickford, who puts his foot through it straight away. But it's sliced out on the far side on the halfway line. Cash takes the throw quickly, gives it to Conser. Lays it into Hemmings. Hemmings turns one way. 4 minutes of added time. 4 more minutes for Aston Villa to actually get something out of this game. Tielemans brings Grealish down. Free kick given. It's just not gone Aston Villa's way today. James Garner given the player of the match by Chris Sutton, and quite rightly too. He's worked his socks off in that midfield. Thomas Tuchel sat there watching. He won't be impressed with some of the things he's seen. Ball high into the air. Torres heads it back. It's headed across. Buendia brings... Can't see who was it he brought down, but he brought somebody down, an Everton player, and the foul is given. Buendia is going to argue the toss about it, but the referee's not changing his mind. And it's about halfway inside the Aston Villa half, and it's dead centre. And with a minute and a half of the 4 minutes gone already, Everton are in no hurry to take this free kick. O'Brien's going to take this one. Goes out to the left-hand side looking for Grealish, but Cash heads that ball away. Ball drop for Rodgers. He tries to go down the line, but there's 3 Everton players around him, and eventually he brings Garner down for the free kick. And Rodgers has not covered himself in glory today either. Arsenal dropping 2 points against Nottingham Forest yesterday have actually increased their lead at the top of the league by 1. And who would have thought that? Turned out to be quite a good day for Arsenal. Just over a minute of the added time left. Crowd urging the team forward. Dina now lays it back to Torres. Conser, they're still short of the halfway line in their own half. He reaches the halfway line now, does Conser, then spreads it wide to the left, but it's got to go forward. They're into the last minute. Goes out to the right-hand side to Tielemans. Tielemans puts a cross in. It's headed. It's Buendia, and it flashes wide of Pickford's right-hand post. His glanced header. Don't know how far it was wide, but Pickford was worried about it because he was diving across. Can't be far away, that. Just looking at that, it was probably a bit wider than I thought, but when it flashes across the goal that wide, that quickly, and the keeper's diving across, you've got to think it was close, but maybe not so close. Last few seconds, Pickford taking this goal kick. You can imagine the referee's going to blow the whistle soon. It's high in the air. Buendia's challenging for it. It's volleyed forward by McNeil. It's pushed Torres all the way back, almost to his own goal line. He lays it inside to Martinez. Martinez has got to get the ball forward. Gets it to Cash, but the pass was behind him. And then Cash didn't like the challenge by Armstrong. Referee's saying to Cash it was a throw, not a free kick. Get on with it. And there's the referee's whistle. That's a win for Everton. Game over. And you've got to say that Everton were probably good value for that win in the end. They scored a goal in the first half that should have been a goal and was disallowed, and got the winning goal again in the second half. A good performance by Everton, a poor one by Aston Villa that really dents their challenge at the top of the league, and Arsenal have just strengthened theirs. So thanks to everybody who's watched. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for your support. I really do appreciate all your support. Before you leave, if you're not a subscriber, just hit that subscribe button and that like. It just helps the channel grow. If you want to join us for further watch along, especially during the week, there's some European games that we'll do a watch along with. Just hit that notification bell. You'll be told which and when. But until next time, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you again Tuesday, I think it is.